John Nevins Andrews was a Seventh-day Adventist minister, the first official Seventh-day Adventist missionary, writer, editor, and scholar. Andrews University is named after him. Biography. Born in Poland, Maine in 1829, Andrews became a Millerite in February 1843 and began to observe the Seventh-day Sabbath in 1845. He met James White and Ellen G. White in September 1849. Later, the Whites boarded with the Andrews family. In 1850 he began itinerant pastoral ministry in New England, and he was ordained in 1853. Andrews played a pivotal role in the establishment of Adventist theology. Among his more memorable achievements in Adventist prophetic interpretation was developing the connection between the two-horned beast of Revelation as the United States of America. On October 29, 1856, Andrews married Angeline Stevens in Waukegan, Iowa, where the Andrews and Stevens families had recently moved. In June 1859, a conference in Battle Creek voted that Andrews should assist J.N. Loughborough in tent evangelism in Michigan. He returned to Iowa in the fall of 1860. During these years the first two children were born, Charles and Mary, and Andrews read the first edition of his most famous book, The History of the Sabbath and the First Day of the Week. In June 1862, John left Waukegan to work with the Evangelistic Tent in New York and assisted in the founding of the New York Conference. In February 1863, Angeline and the two children moved from Iowa to join him in New York. Two more children were born to John and Angelina while in New York, both of whom died in infancy from tuberculosis. In 1864, John was chosen as the denominational representative to the Provost Marshal General in Washington, D.C., to secure recognition for the Church as non-combatants. On May 14, 1867, Andrews was elected the third president of the General Conference, after which he became editor of the Review and Herald, now the Adventist Review. In 1872, Angeline died from a stroke. John moved to South Lancaster, Massachusetts, where the children could stay with the Harris family. 2 years later, John, along with his two surviving children, Charles and Mary, were sent as the first official Seventh-day Adventist missionaries to Europe. Andrews helped start a publishing house in Switzerland and an Adventist periodical in French, Les Signes des Temps. In 1878, Mary caught tuberculosis and died soon after arriving for treatment at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. John continued his work as a missionary in Europe, dying there in 1883 of tuberculosis. He was 54. He is buried in Basel, Switzerland. Legacy. Andrews University in Berrien Springs, Michigan, was named after him in 1960, as well as John Nevins Andrews School in 1907, which is located in Tacoma Park, Maryland. In 1993, a sculpture of Andrews was unveiled in front of the Andrews University Pioneer Memorial Church. In 2005, the papers of J.N. Andrews were donated by descendants to the Center for Adventist Research. Bibliography. Review of the remarks of O.R.L. Crozier on the institution, design, and abolition of the Sabbath. History of the Sabbath and First Day of the Week. Samuel and the Witch of Endor, or The Sin of Witchcraft. The Sanctuary and 2300 Days. The complete testimony of the fathers of the first 3 centuries concerning the Sabbath and First Day. Sermon on the Two Covenants. 3 Messages of Revelation chapter 14 verses 6 to 12. The Sunday Seventh-day Theory. An examination of the teachings of Mead, Jennings, Akers, and Fuller. The Judgment, its events and their order. The Sabbath and the Law.